I'm always surprised sometimes when I'm beginning to reflect on the scriptures. What comes to mind in terms of what I've read and what shall I develop? Well, as I read the gospel passage today, a scene from a musical play came to mind. The play Oliver. And Oliver was an orphan who lived in what is called a workhouse. I think it's another name for an orphanage. And he lived rather with other street kids. And he was hungry. So one day when they were at table eating, Oliver made the mistake of saying, "More food, please. More food, please." Well, the gentleman who was there in charge of them all quickly said, "Gather your things, get out, and fend for yourself." Yeah, the poor kid was hungry, but he was punished because of what he said. Well, today, Jesus and his disciples are walking through a field of grain, and they're hungry, and they, without thinking, picked some of the grain and ate it. But some religious leaders, seeing this, rebuked Jesus and his followers because it was unlawful to do this on the Sabbath. And we heard how Jesus came to their defense. Well, in our world today, in the workforce in this nation, but also in other areas of our world, people continue to ask for food or better working conditions or adequate living conditions to satisfy their basic human needs. And the response they often get is the response that Oliver received. He was thrown out of the workhouse because he simply asked for more food. There are workers today who are let go when they begin to ask for better conditions because they ask for an increase in the living wage, for instance. Well, who's going to come to their defense? When Aaron and Moses needed help to go to the king of Egypt and make a case that the Israelites were being exploited, God came to their defense. And you heard how he interceded by striking the homes of the Egyptians, but not allowing any destruction of the homes of the Israelites. When they were walking through the field, Jesus and his followers, and they were critiqued and criticized for what they did, who came to the defense of the followers? It was Jesus. There are countless religious situations today at home and across the world that will require someone or some institution to come to the defense of people with legitimate needs who are unable to care for themselves or who are being denied their basic human rights. In the past, God was their helper, but God is also their helper in the present. And God is continuing to follow through, and following through our example today. You know, it can be as simple as what we're doing right now. Lifting up people's needs during our prayer, during our family prayer. I had titled this reflection for the blog, "O God, our help in ages past." Well, it's "O God, our help in ages today" as well.